Hi, I'm Saba Hocek, Director of Self-Empowered Minds, and we're going to be looking at focus, how to stay focused. This is not just for people who may be struggling with ADD, attention deficit disorder, but we all have a tendency to lose focus while our brains may go here or there in the middle of something that we really should have kept focus on. So one method is what you're going to do is hold your earlobes, cross your arms over, hold your earlobes, and you're going to do squats. Now, allow me to explain the logic of this. Our ears have a ton of different acupressure points. And if you look at your ear, it's like the upside down fetus, where the head is where your earlobe is and the feet are up top. And that's what matches to the acupressure points. So that if you wanted, let's say if you had an upset stomach, then massaging the more or less the center of the rim of your ear is going to soothe your stomach. So what we're doing when we cross our arms over and hold the earlobes is that we're holding the head, the acupressure points of the head. So we're stimulating that, and by doing the squats, you're causing blood to flow. So you're increasing your circulation. And this is an excellent exercise for helping to have better focus. A really great exercise, especially for kids who are struggling with focus. This one is called active listening. A lot of times when we're losing focus, we're hearing the person, or perhaps we're reading a book. We're reading, but at the end of it, it's like nothing actually registered. And that's because we weren't focused. So a good way to exercise that is by consciously, in a sense, repeating in your mind what is being said. Somebody's talking to you, you're listening to perhaps an audiobook, or you're reading. Be conscious of every word that is being spoken. It's almost like you repeat it in your mind as you hear it. And what that's going to do is strengthen your ability to focus. So just repeat in your mind exactly what is being spoken. This is also a great way if you have difficulties remembering a person's name. And that's usually because the person introduces themselves. At that point, your mind is racing. Maybe you're a little nervous about meeting them. Maybe there's other things that are going on. And they said their name and it went right past you. So what you want to do is immediately repeat their name. They introduce themselves. Hi, my name is John. Hi, John. Repeat the name and then repeat it in your mind as well. Additionally, the number 3, for whatever reason, allows things to stick much better in our minds. So if, let's say, somebody's introducing themselves and they said their name was John, repeat in your mind, John, John, John. And that will stick much better. But especially for focus, as you're reading, listening to an audiobook, listening to perhaps the news, reading, or listening to somebody speaking, just repeat in your mind the words that are being spoken. Another way for us to improve our focus, you want to visualize. So the more that we use our senses, the more ingrained what is being said or read is going to be. In the previous one, I was saying about repeating the words in your mind of what was being said. Now I'm going to add to that, and what you want to do is really envision whatever it is that is being said. So see that story in your mind, even if it's something technical. Whether it's dealing with, I don't know, chemistry, or whether it's just a story being told. But create some type of picture in your mind. And when we include, as I said, all the senses, then it's much easier to keep focus. So have that picture, create that story, and listen to the words being repeated. And you're going to find your focus is going to improve incredibly. This exercise is going to help with focus. And what you want to do is find a picture. I love this picture, works really well, but almost any picture you can find, looking at the picture, you can find a focus point in the center, and then you've got your outside view. So what you want to do is choose, first you're going to look at the entire picture. So let's really focus on seeing the two palm trees. You're going to see the little dock along with the siding there. You see the water. You see the little hut in the back. And then you're going to eliminate the palm trees and just look at the dock and the little hut. Keep your focus on that for a while. Then you're going to eliminate everything around and just focus on the hut. And again, you can do that with any picture, but it really helps to exercise the brain to expand its view or narrow its view down. And you do that, you want to do that multiple times, maybe once a day, just spending a few minutes on doing that. And after maybe a week, 2 weeks, you'll start seeing the difference.